Hello everybody, welcome to this month's hop for Cherry on Top. Say that 5 times fast. If you are visiting on the hop lineup, my name is Sarah and I'm one of the design team members here at Cherry on Top. For the hop theme today, we are doing monochromatic layouts. I am working with the Simple Vintage Meadow Fields collection, but I am going to pull in a background paper from Lawn Fawn as well. And for my color choice, I'm going to do shades of purple with a bit of a some craft accents as well. So I'm just going to go through these papers. There are a couple of cut apart pieces that I want to use for elements on my page. I'm just going to go ahead and cut those apart. For my background paper, I'm using this pattern from Lawn Fawn. I'm also going to use the branding strip. This is from the Rainbow Ever After paper pack. And it's just a beautiful tone-on-tone purple paper, perfect for my scrapbook page today. And then I'm going to use these 2 patterns from Simple Stories Meadow Fields. I'm also going to bring in, I believe, some patterns from the 6x8 paper pad as well. I'm going to keep the design of my layout today pretty easy. I'm just going to use a lot of layers of pattern paper and to create some interest around behind my photo. This will be a 1 photo layout, but it could super easily be a 2-page or 2 photo layout. It could also really easily be a 3 photo layout. And I'm going to show you how you could get those looks as I work through my layout today. So here is the 6x8 paper pad from Simple Vintage Meadow Fields. I really love this collection. It's just very my style, that lovely kind of vintage look. And that paper right there is the one we're going to end up using for today. I'm also going to pull in some craft cardstock, which I view as a neutral. So I am not adding, there is some white on my layout because of the die cuts, but otherwise I did pretty good on the challenge of creating something that was monochromatic. So I'm going to mat my photo in craft cardstock, and then I'm going to ink the edge of my photo and the edge of this 4x6 cut apart piece with some Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink. Now I am using a 4x6 card. You could quite easily swap out the 4x6 card for another photograph. Before I adhere down all of these layers, I want to ink them up using the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink. So basically what I'm creating is a layout that sort of resembles a backwards L, and then adding some layers underneath and my my photograph and the 4x6 card. And then that middle piece where I have that pretty plaid paper right now, a lot of that is going to be on display and on show. If you wanted to, you could tuck a third 3x4 photo or a vertical 4x6 photo in the bottom left corner of that plaid paper as well, and that would give you a layout that has 3 photos if you are someone who likes to have lots of photos. I'm going to use the branding strip from that Lawn Fawn paper across the bottom just to anchor all of the elements on my page a little bit better. And you can see here I have all 3 of these patterns, and I am looking for some embellishments. I went through the die cut pack for this collection, and I pulled out basically anything that was purple. I also went through the 6x8 patterned papers and the other cut apart sheets, and I cut apart anything that was purple. So I kind of limited myself to my color and kind of set the rest off to the side so that I wasn't tempted to add another color into my layout today. And yep, I totally bumped the page while I was putting all the embellishments down, and I went, you know what? We need to get these adhered. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue or use my tape runner and get all of those layers and my photos onto the page. Next, I want to start creating some clusters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this sticker book, because as you can see here, I knew that there were this page of like larger stickers. And so I decided that I wanted to start my clusters off with some large stickers. I also know that I want to use this sheet from the sticker book to add a title. I'm just not sure which one. And I'm going to flip back to some other pages and grab some other stickers for some other areas of my layout. And I'm going to come back to that one and choose a title from there. But I knew there were some other kind of purple and more neutral elements that I thought would work really well as bases for clusters. So that's what I'm pulling up now. These tickets, those large flowers, these are going to be bases that I can then kind of layer some other elements on top of. I'm going to choose this wild and free little word cluster. I loved the font. I loved the way it looked. I thought it was appropriate enough. It's this photo is of me and my youngest son and our little Doxy on the day we went to the greenhouse and got our flowers. This is like an event in my house every year. Well, for me and my youngest son, it's just what we do the day we buy all of our spring flowers. And so that is what this photo is of. I just decided it was a good title. It worked. And then I'm going to choose, also there were these pretty purple banners and they said things like happy and flowers, and that worked perfectly with what we were doing that day and the photographs that I took. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of start layering up some of these die cuts. Some of the flowers in the die cut pack are ones that they kind of have this faux, almost washi tape across the bottom. I really like them, so I didn't want to hide them. I wanted to put those right in the front. And then to give just a little bit of an interesting dimension to my flower clusters, the flowers that are on top, I'm just putting a little bit of foam tape behind them, not behind the flower, the whole cluster, but just at the top of the floral clusters so that the top flowers have a little bit more dimension and they kind of pop off the page a little bit. Today's video is part of a hop, so if you check out the description box, you will find links to all of the design team members at A Cherry on Top. We are all creating a monochromatic project today, so you will find lots of monochromatic inspiration, lots of different featured colors and techniques for working within a very limited color palette. We have some amazing girls on our team that do fabulous mixed media, so you'll probably find some of that as you hop through. And as you hop through and leave a comment, you will also have a chance to win a gift certificate over at A Cherry on Top's shop. The gift certificate is for $25, I believe. And you are entered into that drawing when you leave a comment on every video in the hop. So lots of inspiration. Pull out your crafting supplies, create a monochromatic project along with us as you hop through and watch these videos. I've added some butterflies to my layout, and now I'm coming in with just a black gel pen and adding some little butterfly trails to my layout, and I'm doing those in black for a nice contrast. Decided to add a couple little clover flowers above my photo, and again doing that the same thing I did with the florals at the bottom. I'm just adding a little bit of foam tape just to the top of the flower to give them a little bit of dimension. I always need to add a little detail to my layouts, whether that is crystals or sequins, or in this case, we are going to go with some glittery Nuvo drops. These are glitter drops in Purple Rain. So they have just a little bit of glitter to them, and they're beautiful. And I'm just going to dot some of those around the layout for a finishing touch. And that is where we are going to call this project all done. Sure to head over and check out all of the amazing projects in today's video hop. I promise you won't be disappointed, and everyone needs a little Monday hop to brighten up their day, right? We all need some good Monday creative juices, because Mondays are hard. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.